welcome back, everyone. Again, back with one of my co-hosts, Cody Smith.
Hi,
Say hi.
Amelia. Hey, Amelia.
So,
Welcome to Superlore, everybody.
yeah, it's our show, Superlore, where we talk about Marvel and DC characters and superheroes, which are obviously our favorite. But today we're going to talk about which one is better.
Not really so much better, more so where we think they're headed, who we like as characters, and so on and so forth, essentially.
It's the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the same thing. Like, it's the same thing. But what do you think is better? What do you think? Tell them.
For myself, I think DC's about to get better, and I think Marvel is entering a low period.
Mm-hmm. That's true. It is entering a low period because I think ever since they stopped with Iron Man and these major characters and they killed them, that's it's been just going downhill.
It has
for
been
them.
going downhill. But obviously, you're here to defend Marvel, so
Yeah.
go ahead and talk about why you think Marvel is better as of right now.
Well, Marvel's storylines are better than the DC. DC storylines can be a little bit difficult to understand, and it's not consistent enough. And within the multiverse, there's not enough consistency and continuity. So Marvel is better in terms of like on-screen production and everything, the cinematics, the characters, the superpowers. It's better, but obviously DC has its own benefits and things like that.
Yeah, definitely. Marvel really made sure they built the MCU up when they went ahead and they started off with Iron Man.
Mm-hmm.
And they picked the
I
perfect
loved
actor.
Iron Man. Yeah,
and they picked the perfect actor with Robert Downey Jr. for that role.
True.
And then they followed it up with Chris Evans in Captain America.
Mm-hmm.
Then they did it again with Hemsworth and Thor.
Yeah.
And it took them a bit with Hulk because they had to bring in someone else to take over the role.
True.
But they made this new iteration of Hulk work.
But I just feel like ever since Iron Man was killed in the Endgame a few years ago, it's just been going downhill. It's not good.
Yeah.
I don't feel like watching Marvel anymore. Because Miss Marvel. Have you seen Miss Marvel? Captain Marvel was a different thing. It was a different whole good movie. But then Miss Marvel, they released Miss Marvel, and I was like, what is this? It wasn't good at all.
You see, for me, I actually didn't really like Captain Marvel all that much. I felt like they introduced her at the wrong period of time for these movies. Mm-hmm. They introduced her right before Endgame, and she was just so overpowered. Mm-hmm. And I felt like it was the wrong time to introduce this character. And her origin story really wasn't all that great,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they didn't give her enough time. That's true, but I don't see her anywhere. Anymore.
And then I've heard bad things about the Marvels. I have yet to see it.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard bad things though.
About what?
The movie, The Marvels.
Miss Marvel?
No, The Marvels.
Did you know?
They made a sequel to Captain Marvel.
Okay.
And Miss Marvel's in it as well, actually.
I don't like Miss Marvel. I don't like it. Did you see it?
I have not. I haven't watched much of the Disney Plus shows, to be honest with you.
Oh no! Like for me, my two top favorite Marvel characters would be Iron Man and Deadpool.
Yeah, Deadpool's Fox. He's coming to the MCU.
Yeah,
and I think
he's part of it.
He's now part of it, and I think he could end up saving it.
Yeah,
but
I don't see that. It's a whole different story. But it's just like I like him as a character, and I like how it's funny and serious at the same time, and it's like really fun to watch. That's what I like. And with Iron Man, it's obviously like there's so many technical stuff and action and everything, and it's so nice. So that's nice, but I don't see that in DC a lot.
Yeah. Well, let's go ahead and let's go into what DC is going to be doing, because DC is completely scrapping everything from the ground up.
Mm-hmm.
Essentially, everything to do with Zack Snyder and the Zack Snyder universe is dead, and the stuff that they tried to do after the fact has also been scrapped.
Mm-hmm.
James Gunn, he was the main producers of the Guardians of the Galaxy movies.
Yeah, I like that movie.
Oh yeah,
and I like Wonder Woman.
Love that.
Those two movies I liked from DC. And it's
they weren't DC. They were Marvel. He was originally a Marvel director, but he's been asked by Warner Brothers to come in to take over DC.
Okay.
He had already done the reboot of the Suicide Squad movie, the one with John Cena in it, playing Peacemaker.
Yeah.
And that movie was really received very well. So I'm interested to see what Gunn does because it seems like he's someone who understands source material really well. Someone who's not afraid to actually sit down and read comic books and not just read the really popular ones that everyone says, oh, you should read these, you know? And that's where DC has always been really good in my eyes, is the comic books,
It's
the animated
yeah.
side of
yeah,
things.
it's the animated and comic side of it.
And that's where Marvel's really struggled as of late. I mean, the What If series didn't take off as well as I was hoping it would. That's one of the few Disney Plus shows I did watch. And then and I'm excited for the X-Men series getting rebooted.
Yeah.
But I'm still iffy on it as well, you know? And DC's always knocked it out of the park in that area. And now they've got someone who I think can bring that same level of quality to the big screen. And it's not to say that the DC movies were all terrible. I really liked Shazam. I thought Cavill was good as Superman and Affleck was good as Batman.
Yeah. I just feel like Batman movies are confusing, but yeah, go ahead.
I totally get that. Yeah. Sometimes Batman movies can be confusing.
It was. I slept in the theater. I'm telling the truth. But go ahead. Yeah. What was it?
But for me, I really do feel like this is going to be a good thing overall for DC. And one of the major things I'm really looking forward to is a TV series, actually, that they're going to be doing of one of my favorite comic characters called Booster Gold.
Oh, I've never heard of him.
He's actually from the future. He's a time traveler, and essentially he starts off being a superhero for the fame and fortune of it. And, you know, like he's trying to get kicks in and stuff, and he's not really all that good.
Yeah.
But then because he's a time traveler and stuff, he actually becomes a very important hero for the history of DC as a whole. And that's what makes him really cool.
Well, then I'm looking forward to
his show. And I'm hoping that they do a good representation of him on the screen.
Yeah. But like on the ending note, because we have so little time, on the ending note, it's good that Marvel and DC both respect each other.
Yeah, I agree.
They're like coexisting in the industry, and it's really nice.
Yeah, I feel like both end up pushing one another to continue to innovate and continue to just produce good work.
Exactly, and then you know it's just a matter of the what do you call it?
It's quality over quantity.
It's quality and it's like popularity. That was the word.
True.
It was on my mind.
That's true.
Yeah.
But I feel like sometimes it's not so much popularity that can hurt a character. It's more so making sure that you really establish that character well. Because if you don't establish that character well, and you don't have a good ground, or you don't have a way to really connect that character to a branching narrative,
True.
That's where the MCU has really struggled as of late.
Yeah.
And it's what's made me excited about DC going forward. I really feel like they can really get the ball rolling here. And like I said, I'm not saying that all the DC movies are bad. I really liked Shazam. I liked both Shazam.
I like DC movies, but just some of them. But I'm more into
but I was more
of a Marvel
into
girl.
the Marvel myself.
Yeah, me too. But on that note, we are gonna have to go. And this has been our last show. How was it, Cody? It was good. It was
good. I really liked our discussion. I mean, and I liked the episodes that we did this.
Yeah, it was pretty fun. It was pretty fun. It was a good team. And thanks for tuning in. And this has been our show, Superlore. With me, it's been Cody Smith, and I'm your host, Ananya Gupta.
Thank you all, guys, and take care.